All right, guys. Another round of the $100 Blitz tournament. 5 players in the tournament, round robin. They all have to play each other once. This is Zedd and Ed's prelim game against each other. Ed is currently undefeated in the tournament, up 2 wins. But Zedd's a tight player, and he's been playing these maps a lot in traditional Red Alert 2. Zedd would be, definitely not favored in a matchup. But in this style, this modded map style, plays a little tighter, plays a little different, and Zedd's had quite a few good looks on it. So Zedd out now with some early conscripts. For those of you who have not seen this map played before, the Blitz mod basically means there's no ore. So players have to build oil for money. Other than that, it just kind of plays tighter and smaller. The factions get all of each other's bonuses. So Soviet gets all the Soviet bonuses, Allied gets all the Allied bonuses minus the Grand Cannon, and you use random factions. Best of 7. All right, let's get into it. So both players on pretty much identical builds. Zedd out with a few conscripts. Okay, a couple dogs in there. And Zedd out, Rhinos right on time with each other, but now Zedd's able to take that Almo first. Now you guys are probably thinking, what's this Almo all about? Does the Almo do anything cool? Does the Almo launch weather storms? Does it work as a chronosphere or a teleport? Does it give magical powers? The answer is no, but it is super, super strong, and it looks really cool, and it gives us a good name for the map. Other than that, it does actually help with center control. You have to be kind of careful if you don't control it. The tanks can kind of accidentally drive by and get picked off. So Ed now pushing in a little bit here. Doesn't get much out of that exchange. Zedd counters it well. Both players about even on tanks. Looks like Ed's just slightly ahead on tanks. Both players on 4 oils, so their builds are about the same. Looks like Ed's a little bit quicker on the click. He's got his Rhinos coming out. Yeah, Ed's slightly ahead on Rhinos. So going to come down to tank control here. The bases, usually on this map, the bases end up building towards each other. We have a bit of a sentry gun battle, so that should be evolving here shortly. Most players base stretch a little bit more. Zedd is staying a little bit tighter, and the base stretch is important. It's an important part of the game. Now you see Ed with that barracks on the front line, able to spam those Connies out, get some nice fodder on the front line. Okay, a little dance, a little calm before the storm here. And okay, now a good sentry, gonna try to push here. Zedd making really good use of that fodder, getting those dogs out in front was nice there. Ed trying to throw in the conscripts in. Targets that I would have liked to see, it's hard to say here. This is really tight. Both players very, very even. Zedd needs to be kind of careful building those oils. They do actually act as bombs, and they would chain react. So if Ed was able to hit that front oil, it would take that back oil with him. And now you see like the multiple facets of this battle, the tanks and the sentry guns. Zedd forced to pull back a little bit, now 2 behind on Rhinos, now only 1 behind on Rhinos. Perfect sentry placement, good countering again. Both players' economies rolling smooth. Zedd a little bit behind on economy. And now the demo truck, demo truck coming from Ed now. Gonna try to push this demo. Oh, can he snipe that demo truck from the ledge? Is Zedd now trying to go for a base trade? Ooh, drones the demo truck. And that's what I was talking about. That was dangerous real estate to take with those oils. If you need to base walk, do it with barracks. Don't do it with the oils. They blow themselves up. They are obviously the cornerstone of your economy. Unsuccessful drone mission from Zedd there. Trying to slow down Ed's tanks a little bit. And now Zedd gonna slowly fall behind. Hopefully he has another oil popping up here. Ooh, but he was building a barracks. He lost his barracks too. So now out with a bunker. Zedd having to pull back, try to hunker down a little bit here. Yeah, Zedd, this is a tight spot. Zedd's in a tight spot here. Again, oil-wise is the big issue. He's 2 behind on oil. And the difference on this map and in this game style at this point in the game is that Ed will not run out of money again. Ed can build whatever he wants pretty much, whereas you see Zedd scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's going to slow down his production. His Rhinos are coming out slower. It's really going to slow him down. And Ed now making use of V3s and a Deso, creates that nice little DMZ zone, that gets that Deso out there in front to slow down the tanks. And then using the V3s to outrange it. Now out with some siege choppers as well. A very diverse portfolio from Ed this game. Always fun to see when players are mixing things up. Sending a couple Connies right into the radiation. That's always fun. Oh, nope. Right on the border. Wow. It's kind of amazing those Connies didn't die. All right. And now this is the point where, I mean, what can Zedd do? Doesn't have enough tanks to really... I mean, I don't know. I guess you got to push because the V3s are going to slowly eat you alive if you don't. So now Zedd pushing in. Ed, nice use of those Desos, but now... Okay, so Zedd... Okay, force him to sell that reactor. That's nice. Ed obviously didn't want that reactor to go off in his base. Zedd's now got him on the run, out-tanked pretty significantly. Hits the MCV. And I never know. I'm always like, man, am I missing things or did something crazy just happen? Because I swear that, okay, now going for a base trade. Oh, and Zedd should not be on that radiation. AFK on the radiation. Tanks AFK on the radiation. Oh, God. Wow, Zedd had a real chance there. Zedd had a real chance there. Wow, that's too bad. That was really unfortunate tank management on Zedd's part with his attacking forces. But now both players, God, this has devolved into a really weird game. Both players, oh, but so Ed on a barracks. And so Zedd with no barracks, no war factory, and Ed with Desos. Wow. And between these Desos, Ed just needs to pick and choose. There's not really much that Zedd can do here. Yep, Ed'll be able to close that one out. Yeah, so that was interesting. I'd like to watch, I need to go back and watch that game again. Even on this small map, I have a hard time following the action sometimes, but it seemed like the tanks were even enough that Ed should have been able to defend himself better on Zedd's initial push. And then, but when Ed failed to do so, Zedd says, leave me alone. But when Ed threw his defense, and then Ed went for a base trade, and at that point, Zedd was so up on tanks. Zedd, I don't know, maybe could have pulled back, destroyed Ed's tanks. It's hard. Ed had so many Desos, though, too. Hard to say. Hard to say. All right. Ed takes it. Rose Pig, thanks for the follow, man. Hey, you know, I appreciate the way you played that. You came in here, and you're not just going to throw a follow right away. Just because the emojis bounce around in the corners of my screen, that's not enough for a follow. I like it. You watch one point, you think, is this fun? Is this for me? And then you get the follow. And the follow feels that much better for me because I feel like I earned it. I feel like I worked hard for it. Really happy about our new relationship. All right. Ed and Zedd, you guys can see there's no Yuri in the Blitz mod. Yuri does deploy as Soviet. So we got Soviet on Soviet now. And we'll see what both players were able to take from that last engagement, what they were able to digest and come back with. And again, both players. Okay, so now Zedd getting a good scout, and Ed. Okay, both players getting a good scout. And now Zedd, these conscripts. Oh God. Oh. Blur. God. Conscripts are so useless. Okay. And now Ed ahead. Ahead on his building, ahead because he didn't just have 10 conscripts die mercilessly for no reason to one dog. All right, yeah, Marco, what do we know? Who do you think's taking this? Even right now with Ed up a point, you got full faith in Ed. How confident are you in Ed? Ed looking good here, control of the Alamo, and a nice group of fodder with his tanks. Zedd's economy rolling stronger, though. Ed now on his 4th oil, that should balance that out. And Zedd pushes radar, so Deso coming out here. Deso, I don't know. Oh, gets that Deso down just in time. Nice, nice, nice. Forces Ed to retreat just a little bit, and Ed looking for that base walk again along the bottom side. So Zedd with some sentries and some Desos should be able to hold on. But the question in Blitz is kind of like, I can hold on here, but then what? You know, what are you going to do after you hold on? What are you going to make happen after that? Both players out now with a couple drones. Ed's got a couple drones waiting, picking and choosing. And the problem on Blitz here, too, is that, you know, you see, so Ed kind of gets up, kind of forces Zedd, and now Zedd's very compact in his base. And that's dangerous for multiple reasons. One, obviously, stretching yourself out is always an advantage in terms of space. But ultimately, it's because the oil Durics act as chain reaction bombs. So Zedd is basically just building a bomb surrounding himself right now, and by not spreading out, it's going to put him in a big disadvantage. But it is easier to defend, and that's probably what he has to do right now. Spencer, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. So Zedd... Wow, that drone just ran like the whole loop around the base and killed a Deso. Good job, drone. Good robot. Okay, so now Ed's been on a second war factory for a minute here. Zedd out with his second war factory. Both players spamming rhinos. Going to see what they can make happen. Yeah, the extra letter in his name is a really good point, Marco. And I think that's something, you know, only really, really top players think about that. But the extra letter in a name, big difference. That matters. Yeah, I think that's a great point, though. Both players have gotten some good experience, but Ed is, you know, a slightly faster, more experienced player in general. And now that Ed has been able to balance out his experience on these Alamo maps, both players are definitely good. You know, both definitely competitors in the Alamo arena. Okay, so Zedd out now with an Iron Curtain and a Kirov, and that's exactly what you need. When someone forces you on your heels, you got to be looking downfield, you got to be looking for a Hail Mary, trying to get a curveball in there, and that's exactly what that Kirov is. That's exactly what the Iron Curtain is, and I love it. Ed trying to make use of those V3s again, and going to be able to get a lot done. Zedd out now with the flak track to try to counter. Doesn't get a ton. Okay. We just needed a little bit more out of that flak. Just needed a little bit more, but that's okay. Slows things down a little bit. Takes back a little bit of the momentum. You know, ultimately, it's a tug-of-war of momentum. He was able to pull a little bit back on his side there. And now Ed pushing in with a pretty devastating force. Zedd chooses to send his... Ooh. Those siege choppers snipe the nuke reactor. Puts Zedd... Oh, somehow Zedd... Oh, Zedd had an extra nuke reactor? Extra nuke reactors are heads up. He did not want to lose that Iron Curtain. Iron Curtain coming here in a minute for Zedd. I think you see Zedd Oh, Zedd, get some... You have no air defense in your base? Where are your flak tracks? There you go. So Zedd, I think, kind of just trying to buy a little bit of time here. Zedd really needs to make something happen with this Iron Curtain. Zedd, can you just target the helicopter with your flak tracks? Target the helicopter with your flak tracks, and then the helicopter will die, and we don't have to think about it anymore. Oh, now going for a base trade? Zedd, no Desos to slow him down, and Ed now has the run of the place. Gonna target the Iron Curtain. Oh, has to use the Iron Curtain defensively. And that's not what we wanted. He needed to make a big offensive... Whoa! Whoa! Melts Ed's tanks. All right, Zedd, slow down. Get out of the radiation. Get out of the radiation. No, Zedd, no! Why are you having a tea party on the radiation? Get off the radiation. You're gonna blow yourself up with the... Okay. Wow. Alright. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is really unfortunate. I don't even really know how to, like, get into that, because it's like, if it was less bad, it would have been like a mistake. Like, if it was like half as bad as that, it would have been like, oh no, he slipped, or like, oh no, he wasn't looking, or oh no, he was distracted. But it was so bad for so long that it's like, I don't even know what you say. With that being said, Zedd's got a nice little another batch of tanks out, but I don't know. I mean, it'd be great if Zedd could still win this. I want to see a good match, but Jesus, that was ugly. That was so ugly. But now Ed doing the same thing, but with, you know, a ninth of the amount of tanks. Forces the Iron Curtain on his own Iron Curtain. And now again, Zedd loves radiation. Zedd says, give me the radiation, please. And Ed has been getting so much done with the helicopters down the bottom left there. Ed has a helicopter still in the base, gonna solo that. Oh my god. And the Kirov out now from Zedd. Okay, in the bottom left, you guys don't miss it. This helicopter is about to solo a battle lab. There is not an inch of air defense. That helicopter just soloed a battle lab. That helicopter just soloed a battle lab. And for the record, you guys are thinking, oh my god, it's an elite helicopter now. You guys are thinking, oh, Zedd didn't repair the battle lab. Was he broke? Nope. Sitting on 20K. I honestly think if he would have been repairing the battle lab, he may have not been able to destroy it. Like that single helicopter shooting one single BB gun. Anyway. And somehow Zedd has 35K right now. Alright, put some low power, that's nice. Both players, now it's like the point of the game where you keep forgetting what you're doing, and then you're like, well, I guess I have to do this because the game's about to end, and then all of a sudden the game doesn't end, and you're like, wait, what am I doing? And you see that from both players, like, they both have, I mean, Ed's got 40K, he's still got an MCV. Like, why isn't there anything coming out of his barracks? He has 40K, right? So there should be an endless amount of infantry. Where are the flak troopers? You know, more tanks, more flak troopers. He should be building buildings. He should be base walking. Man, this has been a weird game. Weird game. Fun, though. Entertaining. I love it. I do. Ed trying to snipe a little radiation in there. Drone's going to get in. Can the Almo defend the Jessos? No, it cannot. Drones are a little too fast for the Almo. Now we know. Yeah, Jake says, glad I voted for Ed. But Zedd, what's amazing is, like, Zedd keeps, like, doing these epic throws, and then you're like, God, he must have nothing left. He just wasted 50 tanks. And you look back, and he's got another 50 tanks, and that's what 3 war factories will do for you. And Ed trying to bide his time now, trying to get make good use. Ed needs a big iron curtain, and Zedd needs to find a way to counter the Dessos. It's as simple as that. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's sacrifice that elite flak, sure. And now Zedd, are we just gonna line line your own Dessos up, have a little Desso war? I like that, a little Desso war. Ed looking for a little back door here now. All right, Zedd, take a breather. Take a breather. Grab out your playbook. Get on Discord. Message Marco. Say, Marco, how do you counter Dessos? Synthesize that information and then make a play, because you gotta strategize a little bit more. It's jazz, man. You know, it's jazz out here. It's not rock and roll. Zedd's playing rock and roll. He should be playing jazz. Force him to use that IC defensively, but Ed gonna get a lot done on Zedd's army here. And this game could be coming down to points, ladies and gentlemen. In the Blitz matches, we do have a 10-minute timer. You can see at the top right of your screen. 10-minute timer on the match. And at the end of that 10 minutes, whoever has the most points is going to take it. Hard to say at this point. It's been an absolute bloodbath. You get points for killing units. You get points for killing buildings. More than likely, someone's way up on points, but it's hard to know, and there's no way to know in real time who has more points. So it's also hard for the players to be thinking, should I try to run out the clock and win on points? It's not going to matter. The clock's running out anyway. Monster says, Zedd, make another Kira. 20 Dessos going to kill that flag. Yeah, Margo, that's exactly right. The lack of patience. And Ed takes it pretty significantly on points there. A lot more kills. Ed takes it. Yeah, so Sean, it's a 10-minute timer on the game. 10-minute timer. The Dessos won for sure. You know, actually what's interesting is I've heard some mixed ideas on whether or not Radiation actually gets points. I didn't think Radiation was able to get points, kills with Radiation, but maybe. Maybe it does. All right, so Ed up now 2-0, best of 7, race to 4. If you guys aren't good at math, I'll call it raised to 4 for you. Ed, out with the GIs. Ed pushing. Okay, so, but the good news is, so Zedd knows now. Zedd just scouted to there. He's going to see the GIs coming. But what's he going to do? You better get 1 pillbox. Okay, 1 pillbox down, 2nd pillbox coming. It's kind of hard. You know, it's hard. Okay, now, okay, nice. So sniper out now. So Zedd will build a sniper and counter that. But you know what's beautiful here? And this is the whole idea. That's why I like playing these same maps over and over in a series. It's very chess-like, right? Like, so Ed's known for GI rushes, right? So now, even if Ed can kind of feint the GI rush, he can kind of fake him out there, send a couple GIs, and yeah, they did all get mowed down mercilessly, and he may lose this point. But Zedd he had to worry about it, and then he had to react to it. And that's the idea, is that you don't always GI rush, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you throw him off, and right like there. So Zedd had to counter. He had to get his AFC out to counter the GIs, and then all of a sudden Ed's now in with Rockies and Rhinos. That's actually, or Rockies and Grizzlies, and that's a great play there from Ed. Fake out Zedd, make him think one thing, come in with something else. And Ed, I think, firmly establishing himself as a favorite in this tournament. It'll be fun to see. It'll be fun to see him play Jaz, because Jaz has to have at least 3,000 reps. There goes the MCV, and there goes the 3rd game. And Ed, in a hurry, he told me before the series, he said, I'm in a hurry, I got to play fast. He's playing fast, and he's playing really well. I'm excited to see Ed and Jaz later this week. Should be a great game, because Ed's really established himself, and Jaz has the reps. We all know that. Man, another 4-0. Another 4-0 is not what the people needed. Not what the people needed. I want to bet more. Everyone wants to bet more on Ed. You can bet more on Ed on the next time Ed plays. You can bet as much as you want on Ed. Well, that's right. That's right, Monster. To be fair, Steve, Monster, I told you, buddy. Monster Steve, whatever you... I told you, I said, I need you to practice. I need to get some good looks. And you didn't respond to me because you thought I was being stupid. You said, I know how the game's played. Trial by fire, though, I like it. I like that you're ready to practice and give some good looks for the next people. Because you've got to play Zedd, you got to play Snark, you got to play Jaz, you got a lot more games up. Ed now pushing the GIs again. Mows down that dog. But is Ed going to push him? Is he feinting again? Is he faking him out? He's got Grizzlies behind. Small batch of GIs. Grizzly behind. Oh, this would be big if Zedd can sneak in the ammo. But he's not going to be able to. Oh. Doesn't get in the ammo. That would have been nice, but doesn't get it. So basically, Zedd just opened the gate for Ed to get into the ammo. Ed pushing in. He's got pedal to the metal right now. Just really pushing. Zedd can counter here, though. Nice. A good sentry. That 3rd Rhino should be out in just a second. Okay, takes 1 Grizzly. Building a flak track? Why a flak track?